Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Ninjago set number 71818, the Tournament Battle Arena. And as of right now, I do have a giveaway that is currently live for this set. Link down below in the description to sign up for that. Otherwise, this set retails for $50 USD, $49.99, and contains 659 pieces. Now, this is more or less just a minifigure pack with a pretty awesome battle arena as well. And I gotta say, my first initial reactions to this set were kind of just mixed or unexcited. I knew that I was still going to get this set because of all the minifigures that the set comes with, but thankfully the build itself has a lot going for it and actually has some cute surprises as well that I found myself quite fond of after building this entire thing and messing with it. Now, like I said, the main draw of this set, at least for me, was the minifigure selection. You get 6 awesome minifigures in this set, a few of which are actually exclusive, so it is worthwhile to get this set in my opinion. But like I said, this video will simply just be my thoughts and opinions regarding this set, and with that being said, let's get things started. So for the box, we have the front of the box. That is the front of the box. The back of the box, you guessed it, still the back of the box. Alright, so starting off with minifigures. First off, we have Source Tournament Kai in his new Source Tournament attire. I think he looks really, really good. Love the red, love all of the torso printing, the gold, the dark red, love the use of that new shoulder pad as well. And as you can see for weapons, Kai has this massive double sword thing. Yeah, I don't know what you would call that, but it does look pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this figure because I do plan on tackling all of these Source Tournament Ninja collectively in their own separate video where I break down how each one is made, and of course I take a closer look at every single one of their details. But as of right now, just for a general overview, I think this figure is really good, and I've been really happy with Kai in Dragon's Rising just in general. Happy to have another Kai in my collection. Next up, we have Sora, or Source Tournament Sora, whatever you want to call this particular variant for Sora. Now, like I said, I will be taking a closer look at all of these Source Tournament Ninja in an upcoming video, but overall I am very happy with this new Sora. About time we finally get a new Sora. I think she looks really, really good. She comes with one golden katana, of course, and no shoulder pad on this one, but if you had an extra shoulder pad from one of the other sets, just put it on Sora, call it good from there. Love seeing the return of that cat headphone ponytail hairpiece from the March wave, and like I said, this is a new Sora, finally a new Sora, and I gotta say, I'm liking what I'm seeing, at least so far. This figure is a big win in my opinion. Next up, to address the elephant in the room, let's talk about Evil J, or Source Tournament J. Officially, he's known as Evil J. Like I just said, I will be covering this figure more extensively in an upcoming video, but overall, just to give you guys my quick thoughts on this particular minifigure, I love it. Like, probably more than I should. It has some awesome reflective printing there, especially on the back. Oh man, that just looks so good. I love the dark blue, the black, the banana yellow color scheme. I love this figure. I really do. Not even trying to be funny. This might be one of my favorite Ninjago minifigures, period. Easily my favorite J out of all of them, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest here. Maybe my opinions will change later, but I love this figure. Love the new shoulder pad as well. Same one as the Ninja, but instead of gold, it's in black. And for a weapon, J has this lightning nunchuck thing. I love how they pretty much use the same pieces as the Nunchucks of Lightning from Ninjago Legacy. In the same way that we have an evil corrupted J, you could see these as being an evil corrupted Nunchucks of Lightning, and not like the ones that we saw in Crystallized. Overall, Evil J, thumbs up, bro. This figure's awesome. Next up, for Elemental Masters, we have Tox, and this is her first time, believe it or not, appearing in any type of Ninjago set. Previously, Tox appeared as a minifigure, sure, but in LEGO Ultra Agents. And just really quick, just for comparison's sake, here is that original Tox from Ultra Agents, as you can see right there. Yeah, I like the new design quite a bit. Not crazy about the haircut. I prefer the hair on the original, but still, just in case you guys have not yet seen that comparison, there is that comparison. In terms of Ninjago's first Talks minifigure, I do like it overall. I like the torso print with the sleeveless green jacket. I also like the ripped pants for the leg printing. In terms of a weapon, she has kind of like a purple arrow blade, so not sure what that's about. Also, that face print is also just fantastic. Love it. The hair, like I said, not crazy about it. In fact, I'm going to try something quick. I have not tried this before. You guys are seeing this live. Let's see what happens when you put old hair on new Talks. I kind of like that. And, you know, just for fun, new hair on old Talks. Next up, we have Cinder, the new Master of Smoke. Now, my particular figure here has a bit of an issue, and I really hope this is not the case for all of the Cinder figures out there that come in this set. The face is just way too dull. Like, the printing doesn't shine through all the way, giving it this, like, muddy yellow color. That doesn't look good at all. Just for reference, I went ahead and dug out my Cinder from earlier waves this year. That face looks a lot brighter. Yeah, not happy about that, man. Yeah, that just doesn't look good. Oh, no. Yeah, so I'm not too thrilled about that. Luckily, I do have a couple of other Cinders on standby that I will be cannibalizing and stealing their faces and putting it on this guy, because overall, this version of Cinder is pretty sweet. Now, unlike the other version of Cinder that we just looked at, this version does not use any legs. Instead, it uses this smoke cloud tailpiece, which we've previously seen on ghosts and snakes and everything in between. Also, it's kind of hard to tell, but this arm over here is transparent gray compared to this one over here, which is solid gunmetal gray. So a little bit of a smoke effect going on there too. It's kind of like Cinder halfway phasing, you know? He also comes with one of these gigantic Blood Moon swords, which I love, and the Shatterspin armor, which I don't love as much. Would have loved to have seen that be painted. Otherwise, the torso print is good all around, and the hairpiece is the same one that we saw from the other Cinder. Just a shame about that face. I really hope that is not consistent throughout every single copy of this set. And lastly here, we have a Wolf Mask Warrior. Now these things, obviously you can tell there's something up with these things this time around. They have these massive red arm things coming off their backs. Now I'm still not quite sure what that's supposed to be in the context of the show, but it looks kind of cool in terms of like minifigure stuff and appearance, you know? Unfortunately, the red fingers kind of throw me off because it's not a transparent red color like the actual arm is, making it look kind of cheap when you get up close. That was honestly kind of disappointing when I took this thing out of the package for the first time and started putting it together. But you can move those fingers if you want, so because they are posable fingers, you can make him flip the bird, but he's giving you 2 fingers instead of 1 finger. Haha! That frame is just so chaotic. I love it. But yeah, you can also take them off pretty easily. They're just attached via a clip on this backpack, so if you really did not like them for whatever reason, you can take them off and you just have the Wolf Warrior just kind of by himself here. Okay, now moving on, here we have the whole tournament battle arena just as it is, and I think overall, just by looking at everything that you get here, I think this is actually pretty cool. I like this little battle arena. It's probably a step up than what we are used to for these small, medium-sized battle arena sets. I mean, we had the Dojo Showdown, Tournament of Elements. This one, I like this one quite a bit. It is also more play heavy with a big emphasis on play features. We will get more into that here in a second. But overall, if you populate the scene with a bunch of minifigures that you get in this set, I think it looks pretty good. And I'm glad that we do get a bunch of minifigures in this set, because without those minifigures, this thing looks pretty empty. Case in point, yeah, this doesn't look great, just kind of empty. A lot of exposed studs, not really a huge fan of just how blocky everything looks just on its own. It's not bad. I really like some things about this build especially, but it is very bare bones. There's not a lot of detail here, except if you add a bunch of minifigures on there. Like I said, the set is lucky that it includes so many minifigures. But why don't we start right down here with this thing. This right here is more or less a little battle arena, so if you really wanted to, you could take some figures. For example, I got Cinder, I got Kai right here. You can put these guys on these little studs as so, right there. And there are some knobs on either side, these black knobs that you can grab and just move. Supposed to replicate battling. Guess Kai lost. And yeah, they are only on there with one stud, so chances are if you do that pretty rapidly, one of the figures will start flying off. So it's a good way to battle, I guess. I mean, the figures are not hitting each other, not even close, but overall, I think it works for what it's trying to be, just like a little battle stand thing. Sure. Moving on over to this corner, this is more or less just a little weapons rack thing. We have a sai, a spear, and some type of machete. Feel free to actually me in the comments regarding what type of weapon that is. Believe it or not, I am not a weapons expert. That's why I make YouTube videos. But anyway, you have a nice little tree here as well. Nice full autumn tree. You can move that too. It is attached just on a hinge, so that's pretty easy enough to position any way that you want. And you can detach each of these sections too. It's very easy to separate the entire thing. Not sure why you would want to do that, but you can do that if you want. Over here, we have a nice little setup as well. Again, still very open, especially with the stairs right here. Looks very unfinished, and especially when you compare those stairs to the stairs over here on this side, it's like night and day. Good stairs, bad stairs. I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. Now, there is a reason why this is kind of like bare bones-y. You have a lever on the back, this red lever, which moves. And when you move that red lever, we have another action feature. Let me just demonstrate how that works. You pull it, and that thing comes flopping out. Now, this thing, it's kind of like a gong, I suppose. I mean, you have some mallets right there for the gong, I guess. Has some stickers on either side. Source Tournament. I like how this is built. It's a nice little chunk of plastic. It's fun to hold and, you know, spin around like that and roll around in your hand. It's fun. I like how this is built. Very creative techniques used there. Haven't really seen those before. Then again, I don't buy a lot of Lego, so this could be the most uninteresting thing ever, and I wouldn't even notice. But you can just kind of reset this back here too, push that back and put this down like that. Doesn't matter how you position this, it does the same thing. Like I said, we have some mallets there as well if somebody wants to actually use the gong for its intended purpose instead of, you know, trying to murder someone. Whatever floats your boat. We also have a nice little flag down there. Source Tournament advertisement. They are advertising in their own city. How about that? In my opinion, though, one of the best things about the build is this section right here, this middle section, featuring that awesome statue of Master Wu, perhaps? This right here, I'm not even joking, has got to be one of my favorite Lego things that I've built in a recent set. This thing is so cool, just giving you a quick little turnaround of this guy. I love this little Master Wu statue. At least I assume it's Master Wu. It's an old man with a hat and a beard, therefore gotta be Master Wu. But overall, I like this little stone Master Wu statue. Now, as you can see, he does have a beard. The beard is also done really well. And he also has a really nicely done hat with an actual Master Wu hat on top of that. Now, depending on what angle you're looking at, like that, kind of looks a little funky. But if you really wanted to, just take that little hat off, and in my opinion, it would look even more consistent. There is also some articulation. There are some ball joints here. You have a ball joint at the shoulder there, and a ball joint, or not a ball joint, but a hinge joint there at the little hand. And it's the same thing on the other side. Ball joint at the shoulder, hinge at the hand. And speaking of hands, in this hand, he has a scroll. He's holding a scroll for the Source Tournament or something similar, I imagine. Feel free to translate that and actually me in the comments. Meanwhile, on this other hand, he's got a little dragon. Look at how precious. Ah, yes, so precious. Little dragon just kind of chilling. I love that. I love this so much. This is so much fun. He also has some flags on the back on either side of him. More Source Tournament advertising or whatever, you know, it is what it is. You can take those flags off too if you really don't like how they look, and I might do that later on when I inevitably part down this set and put it into storage. This thing I'm keeping. Flags though, maybe not. But I love this little Master Wu statue, and if you wanted a comparison to a minifigure just for funsies, you can see how that looks right there. The statue is quite sizable. It's definitely not like minifigure scale or anything like that. And when you've finished admiring your Master Wu statue, you can just plug it back in right there, and he can sit right on top among the rest of the display. We also have some foliage detailing back here as well. You can kind of see what that looks like. It's the same thing on the other side, essentially. And this is also the same thing on the other side. This sticker right here, which is supposed to be maybe a Source Dragon, it's hard to say, but as you can see, we also do have a red thing sticking out the back there, and when you pull on that red thing, I will show you what happens here. When you pull on that red thing, the stairs collapse. Yet again, another action feature, and yet again, another way to kill someone. And really quick before we wrap up today's review, here we have the spare parts, the spent sticker sheet, and the instruction manual. Just pause and see what you get here if you want. And overall, to wrap up my thoughts on set number 71818, Tournament Battle Arena, I like this set. I think this set is worth it. I think the build itself, while not being anything super special, has some pretty great stuff going on, especially that Master Wu statue, and the minifigure selection is top-notch. I could not have asked for a better minifigure selection. No real complaints from me surrounding the minifigures, and honestly, in terms of the set, my only real complaint is that it looks kind of barren and empty without minifigures on it. So I would recommend displaying this set with figures as it was intended to be displayed, and aside from just some other minor nitpicks about this set, I think this one is worth getting, and I feel like this one is going to be very popular with Ninjago fans, especially those Ninjago fans who are fans of Dragons Rising. So overall, this set gets a big thumbs up from me. Can't complain too much about this one. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed today's review. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments regarding what you think about this set, and like I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.